Just a cramp in the hamstring, Jackson physiotherapist says. Fears of any serious injury to Olympic Games world sprint double medal favorite Shericka Jackson were laid to rest after her physiotherapist, Troy Evans, posted on social media she was okay. Cramp in the hamstring she will be working on, Evans posted on his Instagram account with a video of Jackson pushing off from the starting block and sprinting in an indoor warm-up area where her coach, Paul Francis, seen looking on the background. Evans did say whether the video was taken before or after Jackson had pulled up near the finish of the 200-meter race on Tuesday, a part of the Grand Prix and World Athletics Convention Tour Gold event at Hungary. Jackson was leading the race about 50 meters to go when she pulled up and limped across the line with a grimace on her face. She will be seeking her first Olympic Game individual gold medal when she competes at the Paris Game next month, and will be hoping to add to the bronze medal she won in the 400-meter in Rio 2016 and in 100-meter in Tokyo, Japan in 2021. 74-year-old man perishes in Mandaville house fire. An elderly man perished in a fire in Mandaville, Manchester on Tuesday afternoon. He has been identified as Ronald West, 74, a resident of Balvenie Heights in Mandaville. Head of the Manchester Fire Department Superintendent Ron Powell said firefighters responded to a structural fire shortly after midday. At approximately 12:19 p.m., we received a call for structural fire. We responded with 3 units. Upon arrival, we saw a house fully engulfed. We got into operation, knocked the fire down and brought it under control. During our cooling down operations, we discovered what appeared to be the remains of a human inside the dwelling, stated Powell. At this time, we are still carrying out investigations, trying to determine the cause of the fire, he added. Teenager charged with housebreaking with intent. A teenager who allegedly broke into a Kingston home on Sunday, July 2nd, by removing 2 glass window panes has been charged with housebreaking with intent. He has been identified as 19-year-old Richard Jackson, otherwise called Ben, of Dunkirk, Kingston. Reported that about 4 p.m., Jackson allegedly removed 2 glass window panes from a house and entered. It is reported that the owner of the house returned, found Jackson in his home and summoned the police. Jackson was subsequently arrested and charged. His court date is being arranged. JPS begins electricity restoration in St. Elizabeth. 84% of customers now have power. The Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, said that around 2:30 a.m. on Tuesday, residents in St. Elizabeth began having their electricity restored following major disruption caused by the passage of Hurricane Beryl last week. St. Elizabeth is a parish most devastated by the hurricane. Heavy rains and strong winds caused significant damage, rendering many roads impassable due to fallen trees and leaving numerous homes without roofs. We are doing everything we can to restore service to the critical facilities in St. Elizabeth as soon as possible, and the Black River Hospital was our first priority. We have now restored supply to the hospital, as well as to some NWC pumps at Mount Edgecombe, Lorna and Darliston, explained Blint Jarrett, JPS Senior VP of Energy Delivery. Over the next few days, we will continue to focus on other critical facilities, and as we restore these, the communities nearby will benefit, he added. Jarrett said it would take up to a month for service to be restored to the entire parish. The electrical infrastructure in St. Elizabeth was extensively damaged, and it will take weeks to repair the damage and rebuild sections of the network. The good thing is that every day, more and more customers in the parish will have their power restored. In order to accelerate the pace of restoration, we will be developing more resources to St. Elizabeth. Over the next few weeks, about 300 workers, a combination of JPS employees and contractors, will be deployed throughout the parish to do restoration work. The power company said that as of Tuesday morning, it has restored service to more than 84% of the 692,000 customers across the island. JPS restoration team are now working in all parishes to restore services to remaining customers. A release published on Tuesday, the utility company shared some of the communities in which its teams will be working over the next 24 to 48 hours. St. Thomas, sections of Water Lane, Miami Lane, Nuts River Road to District, Top Hill, Golden Grove to Hampton Court, Dalvecute Shop to Cedar Valley, Baptist Lane, Cedar Valley to Newcastle Moy Hall, Somerset, Port Morant Bath, Cabbage Hill Communication Tower, Sunning Hill, Water Valley, Nickel Hill, Arcadia, Bowden, Easterling Housing Scheme, Windsor Forest. They will also be working in the parishes of Portland, St. Mary, Hanover, St. James, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Portmore, St. Anne, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland and Trelawney. Damage to main road network from Hurricane Beryl estimated at $10.2 billion, stated Holness. The preliminary estimate of the damage done to Jamaica's main road network by Hurricane Beryl that impacted the island on July 3rd has been put at $10.25 billion by the National Works Agency NWA. This was disclosed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in a ministerial statement in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. He noted that Jamaica has approximately 25,000 kilometers of roads, with 5,000 kilometers being main roads. While the data and information are still being collected in the field, the preliminary assessment is that over 500 roads have been affected in various degrees, the Prime Minister stated. In terms of the level of repair that will be needed and the cost it is significant to our main roads network, will still tally in the damage to the roads, he added. Holness noted that many areas remain inaccessible, which is complicating the government's relief effort. Significantly, he said that the 200 main corridors that were reported or as being blocked by the NWA have all been cleared to allow at least single-lane traffic. The Prime Minister said the destruction of the infrastructure has disrupted access to critical services, including health care. He said the damage sustained by health facilities is estimated at $1.8 billion. Approximately 38% of our public hospitals sustained damage, including major infrastructural damage, mainly roof damage requiring relocation of patients, he told the House. He also pointed to the widespread outage of electricity, water and telecommunications services. The absence of these essential services has exacerbated the suffering of our people who are struggling to cope with the immediate aftermath of the storm, he stated. In terms of livelihood, agricultural lands, fisheries and small businesses have been severely impacted. These sectors, which form the backbone of our economy, have suffered immense losses, leaving many with a means to support their families. The Prime Minister, who toured several parishes in the aftermath of the hurricane, said fishing villages in St. Elizabeth and Clarendon were devastated. He said the government will have to find the resources to assist the affected fisher folks, and he said assistance will also have to be provided to operators of small enterprises, including corner shops, who also suffered immense losses. Flow restores internet services to 58% of affected communities, mobile coverage to 81%. Flow Jamaica has restored home internet and cable services to 1,216 communities, which were impacted during the passage of Hurricane Beryl last week Wednesday. This figure is up from 413 on Saturday, July 6, and represents restoration to 58% of the communities which were affected. More than 2,000 communities lost fixed services, internet cable and voice from residential and business communities in the aftermath of the hurricane, mainly due to the loss of electrical power. Flow said 70% of the remaining service outage will be restored once commercial power returns to the affected areas. The main parishes impacted are St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, Manchester, Westmoreland, St. James and Kingston and St. Andrew. The company also noted that mobile population coverage is now at 81%, following the restoration of a total of 162 mobile sites that were damaged. However, Flow said restoration efforts are being hampered by incidents of theft and vandalism in some areas of the island. It noted that prior to the hurricane, 50 generators were vandalized across Jamaica and 3 stolen. Since the passage of the hurricane, the company said it has been impacted by incidents of fuel theft primarily in the parishes of St. Anne and St. Mary, as well as the theft of water tank from the Flow Retail store in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, and an entire distribution cabinet from a fixed network, voice, internet, and TV site in Western Cumberland, St. Catherine. In the meantime, Flow said its mobile store on wheels continues to facilitate charging of devices, sales top-ups, credit giveaway, and other humanitarian services for customers in some communities. So far, the team has visited the communities of Majestic Garden, Denham Town, Seaview Gardens in Kingston and St. Andrew, Mitchelltown and Portland Cottage in Clarendon, Flanker in St. James, and communities in Mandaville and St. Elizabeth. The mobile store remained in St. Elizabeth for the week of July 8 to 12. The company said it will continue to carry out restoration work in sections of Trelawney, St. Mary, Portland, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Thomas and Portmore, St. Catherine on July 9 and 10. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.